Alright guys, so we're going to make our pumpkin. We're going to use one chunk of clay, and you're going to wedge it before you begin. Remember, you're going to wedge it about 10-15 times. I already did all my wedging. When you start to make your pumpkin, it's kind of like making a pinch pot. You're going to start with your fingers in the middle, and you're going to keep rotating as you press down in here. And we're going to make nice thin walls, about the same size as our pinch pot, about 1/4 of an inch thick. See how my hands are rotating? Keeping the sides nice and even. You want to have your bottom and your sides about the same thickness. We're going to go for about this thick. And then you're going to keep rotating until you get a nice shape. And then you're going to change your hand positions to close your pumpkin. Alright, so you see how I'm holding it with this hand on the bottom and this hand on the top. I'm not working on the table. And I'm trying to get it into a nice bottom in there, keeping it smooth. And now I'm going to change my hand position, and I'm going to go like this. I'm still rotating, and this is going to help close up the top of your pumpkin. This is thicker right here, right now. As I'm closing my pumpkin, it's going to get a little bit thinner, and you just got to keep going slow. And now I'm going to set it down on the table for it to help me. This part takes a little while. Now I'm going to put one finger in there. Keep going around until this edge closes. Smoothing it over. Now I only have one finger in there. That's the top of your pumpkin. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you smooth this really good before we cut our hole in there for the lid. So I'm going to take some time and I'm going to smooth all of the edges, make sure all of my cracks are covered. Alright guys, so I spent some time smoothing it. You're going to spend a little bit more time than I did, making sure it's nice and neat. I put a little X right here on my top. So I put my little X on my top right there so I would remember where it was. And you could start carving in your lines on day 1. It might be better to wait till day 2, but I'm going to do it right now for you. I want you guys to look at the pumpkin lines so you can kind of see how natural they are. They're not perfectly straight. And then you can use different tools to carve with. This is going to make more of a natural line. You can also use a toothpick to make your lines. If you use the edge of the toothpick instead of the point, it's not going to dent them in as rigidly. And then you can make some lines go halfway down like this, because a natural pumpkin, they don't go all the way to the top and the bottom. Be creative. And then you can use both tools. And then after you use your tools, you might need to do a little bit of smoothing depending on how deep you want your lines. If you want them to show or not show, you'll have to be creative on how you do your lines.